your existence, what you feel as you consciously, does not get disturbed, shaken, even when your body is pulled out of you. When your mind is pulled out of you, it doesn't get shaken by anything being pulled out of you. Listen, I am not brainwashing you. Keeping Mahadeva, Paramashiva as a witness, I am revealing his inner space. How he is inside, I am opening it to all of you. I am just opening a door for all of you to experience Paramashiva's inner space. I am telling you, just internalize this. Your balance sheet will go up. You will take amazing business decisions. You will take enlightened business decisions, enlightened relationship decisions, enlightened health decisions, enlightened life strategies. Your self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial does not impact you. It does not have a stay over you. When you torture yourself with your self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, you become demon. I have always seen people who torture themselves become murderers. Strength, because you can get involved with the life, is freedom. Having a son or daughter, kid, does not make you father or mother. The feeling, experience you have, by knowing you can get involved with that kid's life and mold it beautifully, in an enlightened way, that makes you father or mother. Ability to get involved in your responsibility builds your career. Ability to get involved with your guru and his sangha makes you enlightened. Ability to make enlightened decisions about your health makes you live healthy and long. See, life is all about the diagnosis and solution. Not having blind spots in your diagnosis or making enlightened decisions or executing those enlightened decisions. That's all life is all about. The physics, chemistry, biology of this pralaya, this pandemic happening, is rooted in delusion. Do not allow delusion. Do not allow delusion. I'll give you examples for delusion. 1. False diagnosis. The real problem is you having headache, but falsely diagnosing your spouse is responsible for all your sufferings. You just need a cup of coffee, not diverse liar or dating site. Stop false diagnosis. Always first choice should be looking inside for the cause of the problem, and solution for the problem is enlightened way of living. Understand? If you are not able to find any reason for your problems, cause and solution inside, then start looking for outside. But first, looking inside for the source and cause of the problem and solution is enlightened living. False diagnosis is delusion. That's first. Next, I know the solution, but I am not able to do it. That is the delusional arrogance. Understand? Delusional arrogance looks like almost humbleness, but extreme demonic violence. Listen. Ravana knows the solution is simply return Sita to Rama. But delusional arrogance. Shishubala knows, just shut the mouth and stop abusing Krishna. But delusional arrogance. I tell you, stop delusion and delusional arrogance. Stop delusion and delusional arrogance. I am repeating. if you rightly diagnose cause of your one problem inside and decide to work to solve it, suddenly Paramashiva gives you so much energy, you will solve 10 of your problems. I tell you, this Pralaya, Paramashiva is opening the stargate of Kailasa to liberate billions. Actually, he is waiting to liberate all of us. Otherwise, he would not have sent me here. Especially with so much of torture and suffering, attacks, he will not be keeping me alive still if he does not have a purpose. I tell you, I am useless for myself and for the world other than giving liberation. I am only useful for only one thing. I can liberate people, that's all. I have no other use. If you start developing your core consciously with these practices, cognitions, experience, I tell you, you form a core for a most beautiful existence. Listen, I'll repeat. The core of a murderer will always be unsubstantiated fears. The unsubstantiated fears only snowballs into anger, frustration, feeling violated, then suicidal, delusional arrogance, then enters into murderous, violent. Stop unsubstantiated fears through tyaga, unclutching, completion, enlightenment, living oneness, ajapa of Mahavagya. Use all these powerful cognitions and drop the unsubstantiated fears. See, I am not saying if a poisonous snake enters your room, you are expected to move out of that place. I am not saying don't run away if a poisonous snake enters your room. No, I am only saying stop unsubstantiated fears shaking your nervous system constant. Actually, if you start practicing unclutching, you don't even know how many fears you dropped. Your nervous system becomes so beautiful. Suma taga pala ulla abdiye Paramashiva mayama minnumappa olagame. Your inner space should be like a Kailasa, shining, taga pala like Paramashiva. No blind spot, no unsubstantiated fear, no unsubstantiated frustration, no unsubstantiated anger. I tell you, anything which is not known to you, do not be afraid. See, listen, for example, if you know a president of a country, he knows you, you know him. Will you be afraid of anything else? under his rule. Same way, all my disciples, be rest assured, Paramashiva knows you. It's my promise to you, Paramashiva knows you. All my disciples who declared your integrity to me, it's my assurance and promise to you, Paramashiva knows you. Do not be ever afraid of anything. Be loving. Don't be arrogant. I am not asking you to be arrogant. Just be relaxed. You are protected. Name bhakta pranashyat. Hey, listen. I really love you guys. I will not lie. I will only tell you guys very clearly where I can take care of you and where you will have to take the responsibility on your own. I will very clearly bifurcate all that and tell you. Now I am making a very responsible statement. All my disciples who declared your integrity to me, to all of either you have declared your integrity to me, or initiated, or recognizing my identity. In any one of this or all of is enough. I am not saying all this should be there. Even in any one of this, if you fit yourself, that's enough. To all of you, I tell you, Paramashiva knows you. You know Paramashiva. Do not be afraid. You don't have to be arrogant, but you do not need to be afraid. You do not need to be afraid. Unsubstantiated fear forms the core, and from that the snowballing effect starts and demons are formed. Do not form the core for demon. Consciously decide to be surrendered, to be in oneness with Paramashiva. It is not necessary you need to be 24 hours remembering him or any other prerequisite or demand. Listen, I'll explain detailed way. Consciously, what you know as you, from that integrity, if you decide and declare, O Mahadeva, Paramashiva, consciously what I know as me, with that whole my core being, I declare, I surrender myself to you, Prabhu, Mahadeva, Paramashiva, manifest through me. Let oneness happen between you and what I know as me. Just this simple declaration, connection is enough. After that, there is no condition you should be this way, that way, all that. Please understand. You have your own false scales, ideas, conditions, which starts self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial in you. You feel once you say, Paramashiva, I surrender to you, immediately you say some light should flash, boom, and then Paramashiva should appear and say, oh my son, I am here. I accepted you, sit in my lap. No. All your ideas about how Paramashiva should react is stupid. Be very clear. He manifests in your consciousness in his own way. I am telling you. Today I was in such samadhi and ecstasy. I literally pulled myself out of my seat and made me sit here just to connect you all with the bliss of samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. I tell you, one of the biggest enemy stopping you experience nirvikalpa samadhi is your self-criticizing pattern. See, you strongly believe you have not achieved oneness, nirvikalpa samadhi, unclutching, completion, because there is a definition for that state and that definition is not manifesting in you. You are such a, first of all, any person who thinks there is a definition for nirvikalpa samadhi, there is a definition for oneness, is a fool. Your mind cannot grasp even the definition. Forget about using the definition as the scale to measure whether you achieved it or not. You can do only one thing. Continuously remember to surrender, consciously declare to Mahadeva, Paramashiva, I am consciously declaring. Manifesting in me only you can do. I'll tell you precisely, exactly right attitude. Declare to Paramashiva, Prabhu, really, I personally do not know much about the way you exist. But as per your declaration in Vedas and Agamas and my Guru's confirmation, I have some idea about how you exist. Whether that idea is complete or not, I do not know. But what I know as me, I surrender unto you. I offer me to you. Please, you take away me in you. You radiate. Let you alone exist. Let me experience absolute oneness, nirvikalpa samadhi, unclutching, complete completion, or whatever, the highest state. I may not know the name or words to describe. Let me experience that. Declare it consciously. Remember one thing. Even if you are consciously enjoying somebody swimming, his brain activity, his neuron activity is mirrored in you. Even ordinary swimming, his neuron activities are mirrored in your brain. Can't you understand the great cosmic experience, existence, Paramashiva, when you surrender to him, will his neuron activity not mirror in you? Don't you understand? When you pray, when you decide to have feeling connection, when you declare to have oneness with Paramashiva, be assured simply his neuron activities mirror in your brain. How it should, you don't put a condition. Once you surrender and declare, whatever is happening, decide to know very clearly that is he manifesting. If you are even feeling irritated, what can be done? That is the way he is manifesting. Whatever he is manifesting. Go with that peacefulness, Shanta Swarupa. Then he sinks deeper and deeper into your being. Your being sinks deeper and deeper into his existence. Every situation you feel irritated, angry, violated, intruded, just don't react. Be calm and look in. What is making you feel violated? What is making you feel irritated? What is it that is getting into your nervous system? What is it that constantly shakes you? If you see, you will understand it has nothing to do with what is happening externally. It is something triggered internally. I tell you. Getting triggered internally and reacting for it externally and making stupid decisions is called delusion. Delusion is worse than death, because death is only 1 minute happening. Delusion destroys you, which is like a continuous suffering. The decisions you make in delusion is worse than death. Death is actually nothing. It's just changing clothes. I tell you. If the load of getting irritated, getting violent is taken away from your system, you will start having feeling connection with powerful cognitions and higher existence intensely. I tell you. I have seen this work thousands of times, not just in my life, my gurus. See, actually, when people come to my gurus, I have seen how my gurus deal the disciples, devotees. People come with the problems. I have seen my Guru Isaki Swami personally advising and people getting benefit of this Nirahara Samyama. Nirahara Samyama is nothing but you becoming Mahabhairava. See, Mahabhairava is described to be a human flesh eater. Naramamsa Bhakshini. That doesn't mean you will kill human beings and eat. No. Your own body eating itself is Naramamsa Bhakshini. Your own flesh is eaten by your own body. When you don't give solid food, you are Mahabhairava, Akasha Bhairava. Sit as Akasha Bhairava. Don't give solid food, only lubricate your system through liquid diet. Give a very healthy liquid diet, very healthy juices, herbs. I'm not saying don't give nutrients. Give nutrients, minerals, everything needed for the body in a liquid form. When you start doing that, body will try to throw tantrum. It will behave like a mad mother-in-law, Indian mother-in-law, mad Indian mother-in-law. It will try to break everything. Listen. During those moments, if you can practice completion, if you can practice unclutching, you will master all kinds of impacts, influence of chemicals on your biology.
हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे
गंगा अय्यम्मा
हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे 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 हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे 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 नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा हर 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 गंगे 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 शंकरा शिव शंकरा शिव शंकर शंकर नित्या 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 हर हर गंगे 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 हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर हर
Such an amazing session, right? Actually, Swamiji has revealed to all of us the signs of Trobhava Sankalpa, Ma Parabrahma Swarupini, Ma Paramashakti, and Ma Claire Lang. Can I request all the participants here to post? What did each of you understand as the Trobhava Sankalpa that Swamiji explained? Because this session, delusional arrogance means knowing you are stuck in delusion, but refusing to get out of it, like Swamiji is telling, getting internally triggered and reacting to it externally is exactly delusion. Holding on to that reaction, knowing that it is reaction, is delusional arrogance. Actually, in pandemic time, right, there was a lot of this news on the news. I don't know how many of you read it, where there were people who would say, like, there were parties that were organized because there was like such strict social distancing and people couldn't handle it. And they would organize as a city in US, I forget which place, somewhere. There's a group of people who went against the laws that were made, and they all came together and they all had a meal in one plate, and all of them fell ill with COVID. It was like crazy. People, just because they did not want to be following certain guidelines or they felt they were restricted, they got internally triggered, reacted to the extent. People went to the extent of saying, even if I die with COVID, no problem, but I can't handle this lockdown, so I'm going to go. Understand, you many situations you get internally triggered and react to it externally. This is precisely what is delusion. Holding on to it, clinging on to that um, delusion in you is delusional arrogance. So, this is precisely what we get stuck at. Many situations, actually, if you all can look into your life, address this. Each and every situation in your life, if you address it from this perspective, you will know how many situations unnecessarily you feel like you've reacted. Actually, I want to ask you all this one question. Can you all tell me how many of you have felt some situations you'll have a fight, it will go like such a heated argument. But after that, sometime when you settle down and you think about it, you would have felt like, you know what? I know it is wrong. I know that other person was wrong. But I felt I too overreacted a lot. How many of you have experienced this? Please raise your hands. Where you, after an argument, you feel like, even though the other person is wrong, I still feel like I little overreacted a little. Yes, I see all hands going up. Okay, thank you all. Please drop your hands. Listen, you are not alone. Every one of us do it because you get internally triggered. Let's say, for example, someone looks at you and says, I'll come back to this example of you maybe taking a proposal forward to your lead, boss, your higher ups, and they tell one word. Maybe they say, "It this is nice, but I feel like there's more room for improvement." That one word triggers, rings 10,000 times inside you. The poor fellow boss would have only told you there's room for improvement. Inside you, it will ring as I am not good enough. My boss rejected me. He denied my hard work. He refused to acknowledge my effort. He doesn't like me. He conspires every time to not let me grow. Yes or no? One word. Leave even boss. Let's come to your spouse. In your house, let's say you cook a dish and you give, and both, like you give to your husband or you give to your wife, vice versa, and they look at the dish, they take it, and that poor fellow would have only smiled but not told it's amazing and appreciated you. Or maybe that person would have told it's very nice, it would have been more nicer if it's more hot, it will be more nice. Or maybe they would have told if it's more spicier, it would have been nice. That's all. Inside you, it will ring. You get internally triggered. You'll say, I know, last time also when I cooked for him, he did not like it because he didn't smile. He just ate it, but he did not eat it fully. Or you'll say, he did not just tell there's no spice, he's refusing to acknowledge my effort, my love, he doesn't appreciate my time. No, we all do this reaction. Don't think it's only you. Even your spouse does it. Everyone. I'm telling about you right now, but doesn't exempt your spouse from it. There's an incident I remember Swamiji tells. Once a man came up to Swamiji and he said, Swamiji, I really want to divorce and I really want to, I'm done with my this thing. Please bless me for divorce. Swamiji was little surprised. He said, usually people come to me for marriage, I bless. This man has come to Swamiji for divorce. Swamiji is like, little okay, let's address it. But I don't normally bless for divorce. Like I would like to understand first what is it that you're asking for. If it's something resolvable, let's try to resolve. Then the man went on. He was literally like, he flared. He said, no, no, Somji, you don't know my wife. She will even go to the extent of killing me. That was like a very serious thing. Somji said, okay, tell me what happened. Then that man started telling, Swamiji, today morning, I was just reading my newspaper. In the name of coming and giving me coffee, my wife spilled the hot boiling coffee on me. Swamiji said, okay. Then he said, no, Samji, not just that. Today, if she pours hot coffee, tomorrow she may throw even acid and tomorrow she may kill me. Then Samji is like taken aback. Where is coffee spilling by mistake? And where is the acid? Where is he linking it? Then Swamiji said, no, no, why you are saying that? Then he went on, he didn't end with this. He went on to say, Swamiji, not just now, on the day, actually in traditional Hindu weddings, right? For the bride and the groom, there are some traditional sports, like little games, just to build that kind of,
Relationship.
build a
Just to
relationship.
know about each other.
Yes, and build a like a friendly rapport kind of thing. So there's a game where they drop a ring in the pot of water, and both the husband and wife will have to fetch it. So whoever gets it first, they will get it'll be like they'll have dominance in the marriage or something like some just a fun game. So this man, he goes back to that. He says, you don't know Swamiji. 15 years ago when we got married, exactly on the day of wedding, on our wedding, when we were playing this game, she scratched my hand with her nail while pulling the ring. Swamiji said, for the kind of accounts this fellow has kept, that wife only should divorce him, not he will divorce the wife. Understand? He got so internally triggered and reacting to it externally. He went up to the extent of saying, oh no, she might kill me, let me get divorced. All of us might laugh at it, but understand, we all do this in our lives. Small situation, it will be normal, just then it'll be fine. But just one word, it will ring 10,000 times inside you. It will become unhandleable for you, and you will react to it externally. People outside, see, we're not talking about, sometimes people may be wrong, sometimes people may be right, but their right or wrong does not justify your reaction. That is something we all always miss. We feel so wrong. We feel like, how is it possible that as someone treats me so unfair? How is it possible that I don't get what I deserve? Fair enough. But you cannot get triggered because of it. You cannot react to it, like get internally triggered and react to it externally. That is where we all miss. Are you all catching it? Everyone, are all the participants catching it? Understanding? If you all are understanding, please put yes in the chat. Many times we lose opportunities in life because of this one thing, getting internally triggered, reacting to it externally.
Actually, that's very true. Like, you take an example of your own job, right? Like, if you have an incompetition with your boss, and if like you don't compete with it, and you build on, build on, build on. Even the times when he's giving opportunities for you to improvise yourself or opportunities for you to get a promotion, even then also we feel like, okay, we know it's something good, but we take it as if that he's conspiring against you. There's nothing but the reaction, so the reaction we carry inside ourselves. That is what Swamiji mean by delusion. Actually, if you see, it is not there. It is only there in your world. But actually, if you see technically in a third person point of view, right? The delusion is not there actually. If you see, the boss is only giving you a promotion. It is only us because of the reaction only we take it as something very personal to ourselves.
Actually, see, if you understand a little bit deeper, sometimes even there might be situations where actually there might be something wrong happening to you. We're not, see, it's not about addressing what is right, what is wrong. What is important is, are you reacting out of powerlessness to it? For example, let's say, let's say someone comes up to you and say, hey, you look like monkey to me. That might not be offensive to you. But if someone comes up to you and says, you look like too fat to me, that might offend you. But the same thing for someone else, if they go and say fat, that might not offend them. But if they say monkey, that might offend them. It is not about the words itself. See, I am not telling calling someone fat is right or wrong. But what I am telling is the suffering you go through is your conscious choice. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is your choice. Nobody can cause you suffering without your silent permission. Please understand. You might already see, it is like if I have a wound, if normally, let's say she has a wound, okay? So if I normally touch her, it might not pain. But if she has a wound there, every time I touch her there, it is going to pain. Am I right? If you don't have a wound, how much ever people touch you there, it's not really going to hurt you. It's they're touching you, that's all. But if you have a wound, every time someone touches you, even just rub slightly against you, that is going to cause a pain. It's going to trigger a lot of pain. Listen carefully. Every word of the other person that is triggering the pattern in you is because you already carry the wound in you. Like, for example, if someone tells you you are inefficient, that might not cause you pain. But if someone tells you you are disorganized, that might really trigger you, make you feel affected because inside you, you already carry a word that you are disorganized. It's a wound. If someone tells you you are lazy, that might not cause you pain. But if someone tells you you are very angry, you're a very angry person, you're a very restless person, that might hurt you because you already carry a label that you're angry within you. How many of you are understanding it? Can you all put a few examples where you are mapping this? Map it in your life, and if you're comfortable, please post it in the chat. That way, we'll make sure that all of us are understanding. This getting triggered internally and reacting to it externally and making stupid decisions based on that is called delusional arrogance. Getting triggered internally and reacting to it externally is delusion, but making your decisions based on that delusion is delusional arrogance. Many times you create, due to this temporary highs and lows, you create permanent damage in your life. Because of this internal trigger which you're getting most of the time, that's what Swamiji says. Like you already have a wound, but instead of healing the wound, we only put more and more, we only damage the wound more and more. We just infect it more and more. But at the end of the day, you are going to be experiencing the pain, not anyone else. So Swamiji says that instead of healing it, we just go on poking it, poking it continuously instead of healing it. Instead of getting a band-aid and healing it, we just poke it. And at the end of the day, who's tortured? At the end of the who's feeling the pain? You are the. Actually, Ma Clareland, thank you for opening up. You have shared a situation. I would like to take this as an example to guide everyone also to understand. And Ma Grazina Maria, every one of you, please, I each of you also to share. And so we can go understand this deeper. See, what Swamiji is revealing are the most important truths that practically you can map in your life right today and you can have a shift. So if each of you can post where you are understanding this, you will be able to have a shift in that. So, Claire Lang has posted that my boss said that he has little to no confidence that I can carry a project from start to finish successfully. I'm still upset, and it was over a month ago. Okay, listen carefully, Claire. Now, let's say if your boss told you that you are disorganized, would that have would that affect you as much as him telling you're incapable, you're not uh, you're not trustworthy, you cannot carry a project by yourself? Would that affect you as much as this? It might be like, oh, it might be like, okay, my boss has, like, he doesn't trust me here, that's all. But the way you feel pain when he tells, okay, you're saying no, not at all, it will not affect you. Understand, I'm not coming to whether what your boss told is factually correct or not. Much more than that, because inside you, you carry a powerlessness. You believe you're not capable. Understand, it is not your boss. You are pained, you are hurt till now because you believe that you are not capable. When your boss told once, it touched that wound which pain 10 times more inside you. See, it is like, I'm coming back to this example. Let's say Mavirija. Right now, she has no wound. So I can touch her. The sensation is that temporarily and it goes for her. Let's say she has a wound. So I just touch her. Even after I touch and leave, that wound is going to sting. The stinging pain will remain for as long as the wound is there. Till the pain settles. It will take some time for it to settle. Same way, what your boss told you actually rubbed on a wound that you already carry. The pain is still stinging you up until right now. Because it's not your boss, it is the wound you are carrying inside you. Where do you think? See, for example, if someone comes and tells, let's say if someone would come and tell you, no, I find you very disorganized. If you're confident you're organized, that would not even affect you. Or if you feel like, okay, maybe I'm disorganized somewhere, let me check and see where it is, and you may align. Because the tag disorganized is not a wound inside you. But when someone comes and tells you you are not capable, look in. Do you carry inside you, mark like, do you carry the identity inside you, a wound or an insecurity or a fear that you're not capable? Do you feel you're not trusted? You need to see that. It is that wound that has gotten triggered. See, what we all do, it's like you go stand, you have a wound, bleeding, you go stand in front of the mirror, you try to put the band-aid on the mirror, and you expect the wound to heal. On top of it, you get angry if anyone tells you your forehead is bleeding because according to you, you have covered it up. People are not seeing the mirror, people are seeing you. You go to heal your wound, you put the band-aid on the mirror, and you expect people should not identify your wounds at all. This is what we all do in life. Life can see, life has zero hypocrisy. Life reflects exactly as you are. If you are standing in front of the mirror with a bleeding forehead, the mirror is going to reflect a bleeding forehead. You cannot expect the mirror to Photoshop that area, alter that area, make it a little more trimming. No. What you are is what life reflects back to you. What we all do, we do not address us, but we get angry at the mirror. You get angry, it's like you start abusing the mirror, how it can show a bleeding forehead. But you are bleeding. You need to attend to the wound. First, acknowledge. First, own up. Say, yes, I have a wound. That's the first step. Second is, once you know there's a wound, heal it. Take care of it. Tend to the wound. Then it will fix. Ma Clara, I'll tell you now. Since you opened up and you shared, thank you for sharing, Ma. I'll tell you one thing. If you just attend to this one part of it, where you feel deep lack of confidence because of your past failures, you feel you're not capable. That wound, if you complete today, within the next, just within the next 1 month, this same boss will give a completely different kind of a compliment to you. You will have a breakthrough in the exact same area wherever your boss had a feedback. And don't even try to change anything in your action. You don't need to. You just complete. I'm telling you, the power of completion is so much without you externally having to do something, just your internal completion. See, you don't need to go and do some makeup on the mirror for you to look the wound to disappear. No, you just need to attend to the wound. If you attend to your wound, which is if you complete, the mirror is going to show a clean reflection. Same way, if you complete right now, mark that within the next 1 month, 21 days, you will have a breakthrough. Really, I'm telling you, this is a shift. You can mark today's date. You come back to me after 1 month, 21 days to 1 month, and you will tell me how you had a shift. If you just completed this one area, wherever the incident happened, write it down. Where exactly you felt, which part of you got the exact wound, complete it. Suddenly you will feel like, wow, am I simply carrying a delusion in me? Did I carry a false belief in me? Swamiji very beautifully, when one of the Adinavas, that person was having a problem. She really wanted to manifest something. She could not manifest. So Swamiji was trying to help her, walk her through like where exactly she needs to shift, where is the blind spot, how she can organize. So every time she would say, no, 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 Swamiji, I was very authentic. I did my best. This is the best I could have done. I could not do more than this. This is the best. Very beautifully, Swamiji explains. The moment you tell that, you already put a fence around you, a limitation around you that this is the best you can do. You create a restrictive word inside you. After that, you will never look beyond the fence. Even though your capability is beyond the fence, you will never look beyond the fence because you already will build a belief. Oh God, this is the best I can do. I can't do anything more than this. No, it is a delusory belief you carry, you strengthen, you create a fence around you. Ma Claire is saying that makes so much sense. Thank you, Ma. Actually, Ma, right now, sit and complete. Actually, I want you to go back to that incident and identify which part of you got triggered. Write it down. Okay, write down the incident. Which, when your boss uttered the words, actually, honestly, it's not even your boss. It's that word that triggered you. That word, you felt so affected by it. And that moment would have affected you 1,000 times more than how it is right now. I want you to go back to that incident. Forget right now you're sitting, forget all of it. Go back to that incident, pen it down. See what in you got triggered. What was the exact powerlessness in you? Go back and write when that powerlessness, first time when you felt that useless, it need not be some early incident, it could even be another recent incident where you got deeply affected. Sincerely sit and complete right now. You will have a break. Great. And Matthew Veskaraya, you have posted that people feel my energy is too challenging for them. See, if you're if you doing something and people's opinions about it is triggering you, the powerlessness is inside of you. You need to complete that area which is getting affected. It might be good or bad. Sometimes, see, sometimes you might even try to express, go and do some help to a person. They may not reciprocate the exact reaction you expect, but that will still trigger you. That will still feel like, oh my God. Like, for example, if you work on a project or if you work on an assignment, you feel you have given your 100%. Your boss or your higher up say it's nice, but they don't give you the total appreciation. They don't say, like, you've done it, you've really outperformed yourself than the last time. If they don't give that appreciation that you expect, you get angry. And many times, this triggers a certain kind of a violence inside us towards life. We start saying, oh, how come? When I do, how come life is not appreciating? Let me not do. But you don't understand. That's a delusion. You're making a decision based on delusion. Then Maya, the delusion, will only get stronger hold on you.
Very beautifully, Swamiji shares on satsang. Delusion will look real to you actually. It will be 100% very realistic, but actually it does not have an existence. The inner anger, right? What do we carry within ourselves looks very real. Actually, Swamiji says since we carry so much delusion, we start looking from the lens of delusion itself.
Actually, there's a funny joke I'm reminded of Swamiji said. Once a man dies, he goes to the heaven. I mean, he goes there, and the angel tells him that it's based on all the calculation of your papa and punya, your virtue and your sins. We have options since it's little even. We have option for you. You can either choose hell or you can choose heaven. So the man says, "Oh, that's a good option. Like, I thank you for giving me the freedom to choose." So he said, "But before I make a decision, I would like to see both the places so I can make a wise decision." So fair enough. The angel takes him. The first she takes him to heaven. He sees in heaven it's lavish, beautiful, simple. Like it's not like very grand. Like it's nice. It's pleasant, calm, serene, and they're getting whatever they want. He says, "All right, this seems good for me. This seems very nice." But he says, "Let me also go and see hell once and come back." And then it says, "All right, sure, go ahead." So the angel takes him to hell. He goes to the hell and he opens. To his amazement, hell is 10 times more luxurious than heaven. He sees there are like, gold everywhere, and anything he asks, he gets 10 times more. He wants one item to eat, he gets 10 items to eat. He wants to simply sleep, then he gets a silk bed, he gets few people to press his feet, he gets someone to fan him. He gets everything 10 times more. He's like, what? Is this the hell that people are afraid about? Come on. He goes to the hole, he goes, walks around the hell. Then he decides, he thinks about it, very carefully considers. Then he tells the angel that I have made up my mind. The angel says, what? He says, I am going to choose hell. The angel says, are you sure? He says, yes. Only fools would choose heaven. I am very clear, I am choosing hell. Such a luxury. Who would want to miss? Then the angel says, all right. Then the door of hell opens to him and he falls into hell. To his shock, now he sees it's all people are being tortured for their sins. So many things are happening. He gets terrified. He says, "Hey, no, no, no! This is not the hell I saw. This is not the hell I saw. No, 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 no." Then the guardian in the hell, he tells, "No, no. Whatever you saw was our marketing department. This is our hell." Understand? Maya is marketing department. That's all. It'll only give you all that big, big things whenever you want. It'll show you big, big ways, increase in your salary or whenever delusion has to delude you. Then Maya has to stop you from experiencing your peak possibility. This is how delusion deludes you. That's why Swamiji says that because there's so much in delusion, we actually see life, we see the world around us through the lens of delusion actually. But actually, what you see is not the reality. It's through the lens of delusion. Very true. Now, I'm going to ask all the participants, every one of you, take a few minutes, take a paper and pen down what are the major patterns with which you are struggling. Take a few minutes. Like, write down all the delusions you feel you are stuck with, where you are deeply struggling. Now, can I request all the participants to post if you've all finished reliving, writing down and reliving, going deeply, looking in, and completing with those thought patterns inside of you? See, Claire and everyone else, do this sincerely when you recognize which part of you gets triggered internally and reacting to it externally. Which part of you does that? The moment you understand this, you will have such an amazing kind of like so much of shift will happen in you that you will be able to completely break free from that patterns, the struggles that you're stuck with.
Understand, Swamiji shares very beautifully about delusion that you are in delusion without even knowing you're in delusion, but believing that you are in delusion is delusion. Understand, several understanding is actually one of the biggest click which I've gotten from Swamiji Satsang about when Swamiji spoke about delusion. See that delusion is nothing but what we think as
the world, our perspective of world. But actually, it's not that. It's not real. But we perceive it as it's the reality. That is only delusion. We believe that it is real, but actually it is not real. The only thing which is making us feel that delusion is real in you is the pain and suffering. All the incompletion you carry within yourself only makes you feel that what we call as delusion is real. But actually, if you come to a completion stage, you yourself will realize, hey, I'm stuck in delusion. As what Swamiji says, that's the power. Delusion is so simple. It's just one decision. If you realize you're in delusion, that's it, you'll be out from it. But it takes us a long time for us to get to the realization. Now, in this space, see, don't allow yourself to get agitated or triggered. You only need to do that. See, don't worry about, oh God, what will happen? Sometimes I get triggered, sometimes I react unknowingly. What should I do? What will happen? Don't worry about it. Start with first consciously identify your blind spot. See, the problem is only as long as you don't know there's a wound, you don't know why it is paining when people touch you. But the moment you know there's a wound, what you'll do? You'll take preventive measures, protective measures. You'll know, okay, there's a wound. So when someone is touching me, it's not paining because they touch me, it's because I have a wound. You will address the wound. So first step is identify the blind spot. Forget about trying to fix it because the moment you identify, you will naturally become aware. If you know you have a wound, you're not going to keep on letting people touch that. You're going to be protective. You know that it will hurt you. Same way, when you identify you have blind spot, that itself will reduce half the problem for you. Catching it? Now, let us all enter into a power manifestation session where you're going to be manifesting this ability right now to be able to see and manifest the Dura Shruti from this space. This is such a beautiful power manifestation that we're going to be doing right now. And right after that, we're going to be entering into a very important session on Paramashanta Swarupa. How you can establish yourself in that real silence, inner peace. We are going to be listening to that as well. So let us now enter into the power manifestation session.
Nithyananda, everyone. Welcome back for the power manifestation session. I hope all of you are doing well. So, as you know, how we were manifesting the powers before for the power of Dura, Shruti, which is the power of sound. Now we're going to go more deeper into it. Okay. Remember, when you're listening to the sound inside of you, you're listening to the sound through the third eye. Your third eye is where all the sounds and information is going through. So sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Connect to Swamiji in the third eye. Chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. During this time, I'm going to be playing the Mahavakya. But even though the Mahavakya is being played, you'll be able to hear what is actually playing in the background. I mean, when I am projecting the particular slide for you, the sound is actually being played on mute. So you'll definitely be able to hear, your third eye will definitely be able to hear it, receive it, because it's like a signal transmission. The only thing you need to do to be the best receiver is to be in oneness. How you have the best Wi-Fi connection and it's connecting to the best satellite, basically the one that has the best signal. Just like that, the oneness is the signal strength. So just connect to Swamiji deeply in your third eye, and let's go into this round.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om
Nityananda. So all of you can settle down and start writing out your answers. What was it that you heard through your third eye? What was the signal frequency of sound you picked up during this moment? Remember, the power that we are doing today is the power of Dura Shruti, the ability to hear any type of sound through your third eye. So remember, if you have the ability to hear sound through your third eye, it simply means you will also have the power for listening. You have the same power that you can actually look into and listen whenever it comes to internalizing something, understanding something. So yes, Ma Claire, Nityananda Ma, you can go ahead, post your answer. Matthew Aya and Nitya Paramashakti, Margaritas, Xinhuang, Ma Virupaksha, Nityananda Ma. So I have Ma Anandishri. Yes. So all of you can start writing out the answer. What was it that you were able, the signal of your third eye? What was your third eye able to pick up as sound? Ma Claire, a hummingbird wings heard an echo also. Is there anything else that you were able to see, Ma? So anyone else, please start writing your answers now. As in another 30 seconds, I would be sharing with all of you what is it that Swamiji showed to the third eye. Yes. Yes, Ma Jenny. Yeah, Gina and Ramasamy, Nityananda Ma. So Matthew, voices in the background, like maybe some talking or chattering. Okay, so that's what you were seeing through third eye. Ma Shakti Ma, Swamiji's song. Okay, what type of song, Ma? You can actually go a little bit more detail. You can describe. Ma Nithyananda, it sounds like a bird singing. Okay, that's good. Now let us all go into the actual answer and see how all of you did. So it's actually the power of wind. So this is the power of wind that you are hearing. So now understand the power of wind. It is in the 200 hertz to over 20,000 hertz, means the human ear can still pick it up. So it's in the lower frequency range of 200 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So now let's go to the next round. Everyone did a very good job for this. Let's go to the next round. Yes. So now scan one more time, chant the Mahavakya, and ask the third eye, what is the sound in which is being played currently right now to me? And listen through your third eye. Connect with Swamiji through the signal of oneness.
Mahavakya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva, for Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om.
All of you can settle down. Please start writing what your answer. What is it that you were able to pick up through your third eye? What was the sound that was being played behind the scene? But we can start writing it down right now. Ma Claire, Ma Janai, Ma Jnanapradaini Ma Virupaksha, Ma Shakti Ma, Lissy Wang Ma, Matthew Ma. Yes, all of you start writing your answers out. What was it that third eye was showing you and making you hear? Ma Claire is like a high frequency, high pitched dog whistle, felt pressure and saw metal springs. Okay. Oh, like boink, boink, like that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you why you saw something like this. It's something similar to that, but let's see what the answer is. I'm just gonna wait for everyone else. So everyone else, please do share your answers. Ma Claire, such an amazing manifestation. You've been with us since last season and your power manifestation is just getting more precise. It's very good, Ma. You should actually sit with me more. We can reach out to you separately and, we can train you more into power manifestation so that you will experience how it is to live with power manifestation. But I'm really amazed. It's so nice to see you progressing and you just keep showing up. I feel like that's the reason why you're manifesting so much powers. Okay, So how about the rest of you? Yes. See, don't be afraid. Even with Ma Claire, the first time I saw her, she was like, a little quiet, but at the same time, she would want to participate. But the whole thing is that as long as when the Acharya is there and you decide to participate, that entanglement process with Swamiji happens. That's when you actually put yourself out of the box. It is not a competition, it's just playing with different energy. Swamiji is an energy science to explore. The more energy rush happens to you with your consciousness because of your completion, the more you manifest powers. That's all. It is all about the oneness space, the oneness frequency. Okay, so I'm going to be revealing the answer for this round. Let us all find out what is the answer. So as you can see, it's the power of a heart, the sound of a heartbeat. So you need to understand, heartbeat, you can't hear it with a normal ear. Like for example, as you're sitting down, your heart is pumping every single second, correct? Without it pumping, you'll not be able to sit down now itself. So every single time your heart is pumping, it releases a sound frequency of 1 hertz to 1.67 hertz. You're not able to hear it with the regular human hearing range because regular human hearing range is from the 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So, but because you are scanning with your third eye, you'd be able to pick up something so similar in that frequency range. Okay, so that is all for today's power manifestation session. All of you did a wonderful job. Again, connecting to Swamiji in oneness. Now let us all prepare you for the darshan that is going to be coming up with another video, another revelation by Swamiji about the introduction to Paramashanta Swarupa. So let us all proceed to this session.
Let's enter into today's satsang. Thought is nothing but your inability to cope up with reality. The definition of a thought as per Paramashiva, inability to cope up with the reality. Whenever you are complete with the reality, you just function without something called thought. If you know you are thinking, there will be an incompletion and itching, irritation. If you are acting out of completion, there will not be any thoughts. There will be signals, there will be instructions, there will be orders from your consciousness to you. But there will not be thoughts. Understand? Signals coming from your consciousness, instructions, orders, commands coming from your consciousness to function, to be alive, to be active, to do something is not to be confused with the irritating, itching, confusing, incomplete, internal incompletion thoughts or thought currents. Listen. Thoughts are not needed for the consciousness to own, possess your intra-organ, internal organ and your body and move your life. You need to know, you confuse between your thoughts and the instructions of your superconsciousness to your consciousness, to your consciousness, to your intra-organs, from your intra-organs to your internal organs, from internal organs to your body. Don't confuse that and this. Listen carefully. Paramashiva moves this whole universe without thoughts, being in the state of Paramashanta Swarupa. That shows thoughts are not needed to run your existence as Paramashiva manifested it. Thoughts are your feeling something is missing, inadequate, not enough, incomplete. That insecurity, suffocation, incompletion, that generates something cranky, worms going in your brain. Parasites running in your intestine. That crankiness, the thoughts and thought currents generated by that crankiness is not needed to run your life. This is the most powerful, important cognition you need to cognize. Understand, Hinduism fundamentally does not believe in belief system or faith system. It very clearly explains the methodology of powerful cognition-based functioning system. I am not going to tell you, believe, you don't need thoughts to run your life. No. I am going to say, Shravana, listen, Manana, internalize, Nididhyasana, start living this powerful cognition. So the powerful cognition I am giving you now, Paramashiva, running the whole universe, much, much, much more than what we are running in our life. He is running it from the space of Paramashanta Swarupa, without any thought currents, out of pure intelligence. When he can run, you can run. Decide. You will be in the space and state of Paramashiva, Paramashanta Swarupa, and live your life. You will see thoughts and thought currents become redundant. They just fall off from you. Like old skin getting peeled off and falling. The old hair falling. Old nail falling. Just like old things fall off from you, the ideology you need thoughts and thought currents to run your life will fall off from you. Meditate on this powerful cognition. Internalize it. Internalize it. Manifest it. Do Shravana Manana Nididhyasana of Paramashanta Swarupa. Paramashiva, who is so big, he does not need thoughts even to run this whole universe. Even to run this whole universe, he does not need thoughts. Why do you need thoughts to run your life? Too small. Decide to be in his space by listening, internalizing and manifesting this powerful cognition in your inner space. Live and experience thoughtless space. There is a space below your heart center, above the navel center, Anandagandha chakra, where all the 21 chakras, above 7, middle 7, below 7, all the 21 chakras merge in. In that Anandagandha space, remember you are Paramashiva. What you feel as Paramashiva, what you feel as I And Paramashiva is one and the same with that decision to cognize Paramashivoham, Paramashanta Swarupa, Paramashivoham. He will manifest more and make you cognize you don't need thoughts and thought currents to run your life. Without thoughts and thought currents, just by directly manifesting his intuition and Paramashanta Swarupa, you become more and more efficient, more and more energetic, more and more alive, more and more spiritual, more and more strong, more and more enlightened. Your breathing and his breathing is one and the same. Please understand, this is the real good news he wants to tell you. If you are breathing, he is breathing inside you. Your breathing touches his breathing and comes back. Every time when you are inhaling, goes in and turns to come out, it touches his breathing and then comes out. So where your inhaling breath takes a turn as exhaling breath, that is where he is residing, he is available to you. His breathing and your breathing connects, only then takes a turn. Paramashiva's message from Sri KAILASA directly. Listen. Future can be manifested as you want. It can be planned and planted as you want. Listen to this whole science, step by step. First, listen, bring minimalistic, reactionary, assumptions in your inner space. Let me repeat this word. This is the key word. Minimalistic, reactionary assumptions means Paramashanta Swarupa is powerfulness, eternal youth, powerfulness. Reactionary assumptions makes you ugly, old, dead. Minimalistic, reactionary assumptions keeps you young, beautiful, alive. Withdrawing from reactionary assumptions is unclutching. Assumptions which makes you abusively react, explode. Understand? When you were young, you might have seen your uncle or dad or somebody in the family throwing tantrum, violently screaming, behaving abusively and establishing his supremacy and getting things done as he wants. Then unconsciously you decide and you learn this is the way to get your things done. And you associate that aggressive, reactionary, violent, throwing your weight is the methodology for getting your things done the way you want, and you associate that with heroism. Understand? This is the most fundamentally flawed, wrong assumption you come to assume. The binary logic's exploitation over your system. Understand? Because your uncle or dad or somebody has thrown their weight and got the things as they want in one situation by reactionary aggression, does not mean life functions with that logic. Establishing your supremacy through the reactionary assumptions and aggressive, explosive, abusive, violent, throwing tantrum and establishing your supremacy through that violent, explosive behavior and associating abusive nature and heroism. Understand? All this might work in one or two situations for someone. But if you bring the binary logic and that is the way life happens, you are wrong. You are absolutely messed up. A little stronger word. So, there are some words I don't utter, but you hear. There are some words, even if I utter, you don't hear. But there are some words I don't utter, but you hear. Your life is, I have not uttered, but you heard. All right. Listen. Listen. Reactionary assumptions are poison entered in your system, bioenergy through binary logic. And every time the reactionary assumptions explode in your system, you have nervous breakdown. Reactionary assumptions are poison entered in your system, bioenergy through binary logic. And every time the reactionary assumptions explode in your system, you have nervous breakdown. If the nervous breakdown becomes a regular lifestyle, you have mental breakdown. Understand? But I will explain, and I request all of you to watch this satsang few times. See, principles of Ishana, principles of listening means, principles of Ishana, principles of liberation means, I uttered the word principles of listening, it's principles of liberation. Principles of liberation means liberate yourself from reactionary assumptions, you will solve all the problems. You will manifest best possibility and best powers. I'll give you an example. I'll just give you an example, simple example. Almost 99% of the people have confusion between these two, anyone. Sometimes even both. Listen. The principles of liberation, applying the principles of liberation means withdraw. No, I'm not saying resign the job or divorce the spouse. No. Withdraw for just 48 hours, 2 days. Decide. I'm not going to be in this job anymore. I've decided. Liberation. Principle of liberation. Over. Now, this reactionary assumptions which is instigating me and making me feel this job is a torture. Let me discover all of it. Then, if you discover your reactionary assumptions which makes you feel the job is a torture, you will understand the real problems. And then you can list what for you were in that position, what all the good things that job is offering, what all the suffocations that job is making you feel. In this, how much is reactionary assumptions and how much is real suffocation? If you just sit and unclutch from Paramashanta Swarupa, Samadhi, Paramashanta Swarupa, and see the whole thing with the liberating principles. Understand? Whenever you come to the higher state, you are liberated from lower state. Whenever you decide to unclutch, you are liberated from that confusion. You get a clear vision into that confusion. Listen. If you are a visitor or viewer watching this satsang, to do this process I am describing, you will get a clicks understandings where your reactionary assumptions were making you feel suffocated without the real suffocation. So you can manifest more possibilities. If you are my disciple, I give you the promise, commitment. Do this process applying liberating principles of Ishana into every complication, difficulty, suffocation you are going through. I give you the boon. You will manifest the power and change the whole situation. Suddenly, you will have a different manager. Your boss will be changed. You will have a transfer to the same unit you want. You will have transfer with promotion, higher pay, the way you want. I'll cause all the battles. Just apply this principles of Ishana. Understand? With the blessings of Paramashiva. With the grace of Paramashiva, for my disciples, I am giving you boon. You just apply the liberation principles inside. Transforming your boss, your subordinates, and cleaning up all the old mess you made. is my responsibility. I commit with you. When I commit, you know I do it. With the grace of Paramashiva, I'll clean up the whole mess. You have decided internally, consciously. You tell Paramashiva, Paramashiva is inside your boss also. He's Antaryami. You tell Paramashiva, and with the grace of Paramashiva, for all my disciples, I give commitment. If you complete with Paramashiva, for everything you have done to your boss or your spouse, I commit with you. Paramashiva is responsible for transforming them, making them trust you are a new person, and let us start new. Let us start fresh. This is, with the grace of Paramashiva, my commitment to all my disciples. You don't have to feel, oh, I have to give up my ego now. I have to go and beg and ask them completion and all that. Relax. Listen carefully. Shanti means able to see the gap between what is the instinct of the I and what is the instinct of the mind. That is Shanti. Able to see inside your inner space. The thoughts generated in you, are they from mind or are they from I? Always the I realizes and releases only powerful cognitions. Always mind realizes and raises only powerless cognitions. It's an eternal law of life. Ability to see the gap is Shanti. Inability to see the gap is Moga. Understand? Worst shade of the lust is not the attachment with another person or the body. It is not the craving or the attachment you have for another person or the body. It is inability to see the cognitions you are carrying are from the I or from the mind. Shanti means ability to see the gap between these two. Is my decisions and ideas, identity is coming from the I or mind? Be very clear. All the great things comes from I and all the worst things comes from mind. Lust confuses you and makes you feel the I is the source of the mind, and many of the decisions of the mind gets the rubber stamp of I and gets executed. That is the worst forgery happens inside your system. Understand? It is like forging the president's signature. How can the country be safe if somebody forges the president's signature? Because once the moha is able to convince you the decision of the mind is the decision of the I, you just do it. Paramashiva is called as Paramashanta Swarupa. Meditate on this quality. I commit with you, I'll program this Paramashanta in you. Intensify your inner space through any one of these methods. I'll describe the methods now. Just continuous, unbroken prayer. Or continuous, unbroken ajapa japa. Continuous, unbroken Paramashanta Swarupa Dhyana. Continuous, unbroken, oneness, continuous, unbroken, unclutching. Understand? I can give some more methods. First, let me describe these. Use any one of this or all of it, no problem. See, sometimes you may feel that prayer is so deeply helping you. Do that. Sometimes completely sitting in Paramashanta Swarupa, just letting the universe run, and you sit as Paramashanta Swarupa, Paramashiva Swarupa, as the center of the whole universe. I tell you, really, the life you feel inside you is center of the universe. I tell you, this is the fundamental truth. The inhaling prana going inside you touches the Dvatashanta, the space of Paramashiva, where Paramashiva resides in you. Only then it takes a turn and comes out. If you start living in the space of peace of Paramashiva, Paramashanta Swarupa, remembering the reality, he breathes, inhales and exhales in you. With the eternal bliss and peace. When that becomes Nitya in you, the very quality of your existence goes up. See, the taste, what you consider as joy, bliss, that very quality raises. You become beautiful to yourself and to everyone around you. You become too cute to yourself. You yourself will start feeling, oh, I am so cute. And everyone around you will start feeling that, oh, he's so cute. That feeling, you feeling cute within you, about you, and everyone around you feeling you are cute for them too. That is the fragrance of Paramashiva oozing out of you. That joy, Paramashanta Swarupa. Understand? The reactionary assumptions, patterns, reactionary assumptions, lifestyle, and the mess caused by reactionary assumptions and that lifestyle. Whether you are trying to clean up the mess or add more mess, it is delusion. Let me make it clear. The reactionary assumption patterns means assuming and reacting. Those patterns, I should call them as mala, toxins. Not only unnecessary, sitting inside you, dangerous, sitting inside you. There are some things unnecessary but not dangerous. But there are some unnecessary and dangerous. Mala, toxins, are not just unnecessary but dangerous also. The reactionary assumption patterns, toxic and dangerous, not just unnecessary. Next. The reactionary assumption lifestyle. So, behaving this way and making decisions, becoming lifestyle. That is second. Third, the mess you made in your life due to this reactionary assumption patterns and reactionary assumption lifestyle. Understand? The fourth is the important statement I am making. Sometimes you go on adding to the mess in your life by continuing to operate based on reactionary assumption patterns, mala, and reactionary assumption lifestyle, pasa. If you are adding more and more reactionary assumption patterns and reactionary assumption pattern based lifestyle, you are adding more and more ala poison in your life, and you are nicely getting by yourself. I did not utter, but you heard that word. Listen carefully. This is the most important punch. Even if you are trying to clean up the mess created by the reactionary assumption patterns and reactionary assumption lifestyle, even that will be delusion. The one and only solution is unclutching, withdrawing into supernal effulgence of Paramashivoham.
हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे
Enggak, ayah ama.
हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे 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 हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर 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 गंगे 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 नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा नित्यपुरीश्वरा जय गंगाधरा हर 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 गंगे 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 शंकरा शिव शंकरा शिव शंकर शंकर नित्या 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 हर हर गंगे 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 हे नटराजा हे नित्यानंदा हर हर
Paramashanta Swarupa. Literally the essence, what Swamiji revealed to all of us now. This is precisely what each of us are going to be receiving as an initiation today. The ability for you to manifest the Paramashantatva, the ultimate Paramashanta Swarupa in you. Shanti based Shakti, Shanti based Bhakti, and Shanti based Mukti. Literally today, all of you are going to be manifesting this ability, awakening the Paramashanta Swarupa within you. Actually, forms of Paramashiva that we are having darshans of today, right? Simhagna Murti, Matsya Samhara Murti, Kurma Samhara Murti. All these forms are the manifestations where Sadashiva, Paramashiva, comes down to liberate Mahavishnu from the Vishnu Maya. Even Vishnu, who is the wielder of all the Mayas, he himself falls into Maya whenever he assumes a human form. And Paramashiva, each time he takes the form and comes and liberates Mahavishnu, Parandhama from Vishnu Maya. It is such a beautiful scene, actually, the way how each time there are different instances that happens where Parandhama, like for example, he comes down as Narasimha, Ugra Narasimha. He completely, he like actually, he destroys Hiranyakashipu, a demon. He does the Vata, and for as you know, because his devotee Prahalada would have made the prayer, and Mahavishnu will manifest and liberate, and he will like literally do the vada of Hiranyakashipu. He's a demon. After that, he becomes so that ugra because of killing such a powerful demon. It becomes such an intense energy because the whole negativity Mahavishnu takes it unto himself, and it becomes that indigested negativity, literally like so much it becomes that he becomes Ugra Narasimha. Nobody is able to stop him. Even the Danavas, the Daityas, nobody are able to stop him. And people all try doing whatever, even Lakshmi comes, he is not able to, even Lakshmi is not able to stop him. And Prahalada, very beautifully, that child, he wakes up from his unconsciousness and he comes and he runs to Vishnu and he sings. He sings such a beautiful song. And while everyone is terrorized of Narasimha, Prahalada goes and he adores, admires Narasimha so much. And him alone, Narasimha takes and keeps on his lap. Still, the Ugra is not settled. Nobody else is able to go near Narasimha. That time. And in that Narasimha Avatara, he continues to live for eons together. And Sarveshwara comes. Paramashiva comes as Sarveshwara, mightier than Narasimha. He comes to settle Narasimha from that Maya, liberating Vishnu from Vishnu Maya. And then, after Sarveshwara annihilates the Maya of Mahavishnu, Parandama, he wakes up. He says, Parandama, you are supposed to be in Vaikunta. That is your purpose. Then go. Your task that you have come here for is over. It is time that you return to your original state as Mahavishnu. And after liberating him, to settle Sarabeshwara, Devi takes the form of Pratyangara and she comes. So it's such a beautiful happening. See, Simhagna Murti, all the forms we are having darshan of today, liberates you from any delusion that you are stuck in. We are now going to be entering into a very short session where Swamiji will be revealing to all of us exactly how the manifestation of Pratyangara and Sarabeshwara and how the manifestation of each of these forms happen. So let us listen to that session. And here in this session, actually, Swamiji very elaborately reveals about how the happening of Sarabeshwara is.
Means fear, you will be caught in fear in future at some point, and anxiety about your ignorance. Listen, I'm using different words. Fear of anxiety, anxiety of your ignorance. Fear of anxiety means feeling, but someday I will be caught in the fear. I don't know how I will handle myself. I may go mad. I'll lose my mind, as if you have one now. And anxiety of ignorance. Oh, I am so ignorant. I don't know what I will do in my life. I don't know what I will be able to do. The anxiety about your ignorance, both will collapse the moment you accept your introduction, which is done to you by Upanishads. Tremendous strength in your perception, strength in your cognition, strength in your thinking. Listen. Strength in your perception, strength in your cognition, strength in your thinking. Listen, I tell you, royal secret. Whenever you expect result, the kind of the anxiety, anxiousness, frustration, your mind is more faster than the light and sound. It can visualize, imagine the goal of your life now itself before even you begin and already feel frustrated, feel empty with your goal, one side, the other side, feel tired and bored and terrorized about the effort you need to put to achieve that goal, it can create extremely dangerous, multi-dimensional complexities, complications, and life negative patterns. No, they don't exist.
They don't. Okay.
Whatever does not exist, Sadashiva doesn't speak about
it.
It's your invention.
Okay.
The amount of fear you experience is only the amount of toxins. It has nothing to do with reality or facts. How much of possibility is there snake biting you? Almost 0.000000000%. But how many people see snake in dream, waking state, all the kind of states? Even when they are scrolling the Facebook, if there is a snake photo on the Facebook, people will not touch that. They will scroll in the side. They will not touch that photo of snake in the Facebook screen, in touch screen also. They will not touch the photo of the Facebook. Photo of the snake in the touch screen. How many of you are like that? Even if it is a snake's photo in the touch screen, you will not touch that photo in the touch screen. What is fear? Emotional shit. What is fear? Emotional shit. So, I tell you, reduce the fear to physical component. Don't give the fear the psychological power. Then you can never break fear. Fear is nothing but toxic shit sitting in your lower intestine. Understand? Listen to the lower intestine. Fear is nothing but the toxic shit sitting in your lower intestine. All you need is just marana smarana and detoxification. That's it. Just have marana smarana and detox. Please understand the way your patterns respond to the facts is perception. Let me make it more clear. Understand this story. The old man goes to a nearby village, is coming back to his home. From the distance he sees his house is on fire. That's all. He himself is literally boiling and burning, rolling on the ground, crying. One of his sons came to him and said, "Why are you crying, Dad?" This fellow says, "Oh, my house is on fire, my house is on fire." The son reminds him, "Don't you remember? Just yesterday we sold the house." Immediately got up and he became completely all right. He's okay now. All his suffering, pain, everything disappeared. everything will become all right. Everything became all right for him. But in few minutes, the second son comes and tells him, Dad, we sold, that is true, but still money has not yet come to us. We have not received the money. Then again this fellow rolls on the ground and starts crying. Oh, my house is on fire, my house is on my fire, my house is on fire. Listen, the same house burning, for few minutes, for the same person it was suffering. Next few minutes, it was not a suffering. Then again it was suffering. So basically, perception, how his patterns cognized the happening. I can give you one more example. Rajyusarbhanyaya means in the middle of the night, you are walking in a forest, there was a rope in front of you. In that night, naturally what will you feel? The rope is snake. And especially in the night, you will always feel that rope is moving slowly. Your eyes will create the perception the rope is moving. So the moment you feel the rope is moving, spine will move. You will have that electric shock of fear spreading on your spine. The whole body will shiver. Being will shake. Listen. If you perceive the fact that rope is there, as snake, the way you respond is going to be different. And after a few minutes, listen, after a few minutes, when that rope is not moving, when you look, if the rope is not moving, suddenly you will realize, hey, it's not rope. Sorry, it's not snake. It is just a rope or something else. The moment you realize, the whole fear settles down. You are free. Perception can literally put you into the cardiac arrest before even the snake bites. You might be dead just by the perception there is a snake. If you perceive the fact, there is no suffering. Love exposes your blind spots to you. When the real tsunami of love happens in you, your whole gets integrated. When the tsunami of fear happens to you, your whole gets integrated. That is why when there is a survival threat,
you express so much of energy, whether to fight or flight, for both. The speed with which you fight or the speed with which you run away, both will be extraordinary when there is a survival mode, because it integrates you completely. Same way when you are in love, it integrates you completely. Both the emotions, fear and greed, integrates you. If you use your love to integrate you and make your declaration reality, you are a bhakta, devotee, path of devotion you are traveling. If you use your fear, integrate you, and make your declarations into reality, you are using the path of renunciation. I tell you, always use your love to integrate you. That will be most sweet, safest path. Declarations are sweet, declarations are tasty, declarations are powerful when love becomes base material. My disciple cannot have anxiety attacks. My disciple cannot feel stuck. My disciple can only do power manifestation and constantly falling in love with Paramashiva again and again, with life, with Guru. It's all one and the same. What do you feel about your life? You will feel the same with Paramashiva. You will feel the same with me. That is why when you have a problem with your boss, I have to, oh God, I have to attend to this first. I don't know what will this girl think now. I have to take care of her. If she gets into incompletion. Understand? What you feel with life is what you will feel with Paramashiva, and that same thing you will feel with me. Whether your business or career or profession or anything in life, life is nothing but breathing space of Paramashiva. That's it. Especially once you are initiated and you are integrated to initiation, you live in breathing space of Paramashiva. You live in breathing space of Paramashiva. I tell you. Nothing can shake your being. Nothing can move your being. If you decide power manifestation as a lifestyle, understand one thing, just one exhale from Paramashiva, he produces millions of Sarabeshwaras, and one exhale from Sarabeshwara, he produces millions of Kalabhairavas, and one exhale from Kalabhairava, all your enemies will be destroyed and all the problems in your life will be destroyed. All negativity will be destroyed. Understand? Listen, one exhale from Paramashiva, thousands of Sarabeshwaras. One exhaling from Sarabeshwara, thousands of Kalabhairavas. One exhaling from Kalabhairava, or one from Kalabhairava. That's it. All the negativity in your life is destroyed. Understand, my disciples cannot have anxiety attack. My disciples will not have anxiety attack. I am there with you. I tell you a very simple thing. If you feel like you are having anxiety attack, just stop eating that day. Don't eat. I'll take care. Then you will understand this whole anxiety attack is only simple chemical. It is not factual reality. Understand? Listen carefully. My disciple cannot have anxiety attack. He can only have Kundalini awakening. He can only have experience of love, experience of Kundalini. Understand? Snake I am wearing today is Kundalini only. Kundalini is in the form of this snake, Rudraksha snake, Rudrakshanaha. Rudrakshanaha Raja. Listen. Power manifestation is too simple and really too powerful and too useful for your day-to-day life. It's a most useful spiritual practice. It is intense prayer, intense Advaitic oneness, intense yogic samyama, and intense Shakti Pada and Shaktini Pada. All put together I have given as one method, power manifestation. Just three things. Listen, Paramashiva is inside you, cognize it. And he is endless resource. And he is waiting to manifest for you. And you just need to connect with him, declare your integrity to him, and make Satya Sankalpa. That's it. Again, the whole thing is just incompletion. Pick up your root incidents when the incompletion started building in you and complete. We will now work on navel center, the Manipuraga chakra. See, this chakra is related to confusion, constant worrying, irritation, anger. All these thought currents are centered in this chakra. If you clean all these thought currents, this chakra will be awakened. If this chakra is awakened by the initiation, this thought current patterns will be broken. Worrying, irritation, restlessness, confusion, being agitated. That is why when you get some worrying, disturbing news, you say, I can't stomach it. I can't digest it. Not in one language, in all languages all over the world, that I can't digest it, that expression is there. Because you are thinking, worrying, and stomach digestion, everything is very closely related. If you get any shocking news, disturbing news, the first part of your body which will be upset is stomach, you can see. That only first gets affected. It is very unfortunate. Worrying becomes pattern in human beings now. In India, the heart attack before 21 has become 14%. Please understand, 14% of Indians die before the age of 21 due to heart attack. It's a report just 3 days before released. 10 years before.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces, that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity.